Hello and welcome to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here to discuss the Traitors Australia, Series 3, Episode 5. Hello, my name's Ben.
Hello, I'm Alex. Shall I let everyone know how they can get in touch with us?
If you want to.
Okay, well, you can get in touch with us by going to our linktr.ee, which is linktr.ee/faithfulto. On there, it's got all the ways you can watch or listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. If you are indeed watching us on YouTube or Spotify, you can comment underneath the video, where you can also find a little bell to ring. You can find little thumbs to tick, to thumbs up, and a little button that says subscribe. If you subscribe to us, then you'll never miss any future episodes of this or any other TV show we'll be doing, handling in the future. Of course, also, if you follow us on any of your favourite podcast apps, you'll also not miss anything. And you can also find us on Instagram and TikTok. All the links on our linktree, linktr.ee/faithfulto. And if you like the podcast and you help us monetarily, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation.
Should we say that, because this is our Australian audience listening, would you like us to cover The Amazing Race Australia?
If there was to be a new series.
Well, fingers crossed. Bo Ryan at the Logies.
We've seen Bo at the Logies. He's now doing Australian Ninja Warrior.
He is.
With Steve Owen's son, who I always forget his name, but he's a top lad, and I love him very much.
So there you go, Australia.
And we love Bo.
Yeah. And Gretel, who was also at the Logies last night.
Also at the
as
Logies.
Of recording.
Yes.
How exciting. Comment from Mario saying, you mentioned in either episode 1 or 2 that the editors were doing weird things with the storytelling this year, and I agree. In episode 4, during the turret/conclave, Alvin is wearing pink frames, but then for one quick cutaway, they suddenly turn blue and then they turn pink again. He says, "We have a job to do tonight." This is clearly an insert from another episode.
Ooh, editing.
Editors. We've seen this before when they say coming up or previously on, and there's all things going wrong.
This is why on RuPaul's Drag Race, they make everyone wear the same clothes when they're doing the bits to camera.
Yeah.
Because then they can chip and chop and change whatever they like and make a situation or a scene seem different. But obviously with the Traitors is a bit more difficult, because the clothes they're wearing in today's episode, where they were doing the funeral,
loads of them popped up last episode, didn't they?
They did. So they had those.
We had a chat to each other when we were watching. We were like, they're very formally dressed.
Yes.
Must be a dinner party coming up.
We believed it to be a dinner party. It was actually a funeral. It was actually
same thing.
Well, shall I say whose funeral it was, or is this? Am I jumping the gun too quickly? It was. I keep asking you for permission today. I feel like Alvin.
I'm Dicko.
Kirby.
No, you're
Kirby.
Rob. I'm Dicko.
No, I'm Alvin. You're Kirby.
Okay, yeah.
Because exactly. I'm waiting for you to tell me what I should do next. And Alex, the other Alex, she can go do one. So Gamble died. A horrific death. Burnt to the stake.
Yeah, they watched her die as well.
They watched her die as well. Yes, Claudia and Rachel both went to the breakfast table and said, "You know what we did last night? We watched Gamble die." And the whole crew was a bit like, okay, that's a strange thing to say, but fine. I suppose we're on the Traitors.
Traitor.
Yes, traitor immediately. Well, I mean, Rachel, there's no going back for her, is there? Like, they're really going for her now. Because that was another thing that was said at the breakfast table about poor old Rachel. Before she walked in, a lot of them were having a gamble amongst themselves, saying, "Oh, I bet there's no doubt Rachel's going to be in. Rachel's back." And so then when Claudia Winkleman, when Claudia walked in, they all went, "Way!" And then when Rachel walked in, they all went, which is so cruel for the poor person who gets that doesn't get the cheer.
Rachel, from that moment on at breakfast, first thing in the morning, hasn't had her coffee yet. It started off bad. And then later on, when she got called, what did she get called at the mission? Fake, the fake one.
Yes.
That pushed her over the edge for the rest of the day. But I mean, people were sad to see Gamble go. I mean, as housewives go,
she was all right.
She was having fun watching Gamble. So I think it is a shame that she went. And new alert, I feel like I have...
Not the government alert that comes up on our mobile phones, if you know, you know.
I have a new favourite player.
All right,
I have a new number 1. And it may surprise some people, because usually I hate the housewives. But Chrissy.
I like Chrissy.
Chrissy's been cruel, dragging up to the top of the vine. And she's one of my favourites on this show. I think she's great. She's the right amount of camp, the right amount of not particularly great player, but wants to play good. She looks great. Great outfits. Also, great bits to camera.
Went for someone who we collectively kind of said... He's being annoying. It's his, he's playing an annoying game. Yeah. We don't really want him there. No offense, Dicko. But...
Normally on the US version, I'm anti-Housewives. This Australian Housewives.
Something about the Australian housewives, isn't
They're
there?
my
They're
two favourite.
much more friendly, much more exciting. Even at the last round table when she had that little fight with Rachel, she giggled a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of tongue firmly in cheek. And at the round table today, she had voted for Rachel again. No, she hadn't. My bad. But she had mentioned that she still had suspicions over Rachel, but it was done in a much more kinder way. So yes, I'm with you on Chrissy. I like the way she approaches things. And I like the way she got a little ripple of applause when she finished her big speech about Dicko. And really, after that, Dicko couldn't really say anything that would have warranted him getting the same response.
I mean, Dicko's gang is still pittering about.
I mean, they were falling apart, weren't they?
Yeah,
It was like his gang had ended at this point.
He never could get it back together again. And he thought he still had all this power. And like even his thing of we're going for AJ tonight didn't really go anywhere. And everyone was already off the LSD group. So I do feel like he lost his power very quickly and no one really cared for it to recover.
Well, he even went against himself because when he got to the round table, he voted for Reese.
Yes.
So because to be fair to Dicko, he obviously saw where the rhythm was heading, where the vibe was going towards because of Luke. Luke piped up, didn't he? Who put 50p in Luke? Luke. Dung, 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 name after name after name after name at the round table. He's like, I think it's this person. I think it's this person. I think it's this person. And Luke was one of the people, may we remind ourselves, who criticised Henry for coming to the round table with too many names, too many accusations. Yeah. Luke didn't like it when it was his name being thrown out, but when then Luke started throwing out names, churning them out one by one, he didn't care. He was like, I'm going to say this one and this one.
When a new Supreme rises, the old Supreme falls, and everyone saw Dicko's light was fading.
Yes.
And the other Supremes of the group were thinking, this is my chance now to become the new Dicko, the new head,
the new Dick
of the faithfuls. And Luke is taking the Dick into his hands.
Luke took the Dick in his hands and tugged him off. That's what he did, and I don't blame him. No. And Chrissy helped him. Chrissy fluffed it for him to get him started.
Yeah, professional fluffer.
Yep. And then Luke let it go.
She wanted to be the female boss. Mm-hmm. Maybe she'll get there, and we'll see next episode who's going to replace him.
She is the boss. You know, in TikTok, that trend a few years back when it was, she's the bitch, she's the boss. Like, I can imagine Chrissy walking into a room to that tune. In her head, that's her theme tune. She hears that tune when she walks into the room. And for Chrissy, I reward her for that. So, Chrissy, you are the queen. You are the best.
Speaking of Gamble's death.
What about it?
We had a comment from Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Who says, Gamble has released several music videos. Just FYI. I highly encourage you watching the Gamble's iconic moments best bits. And then there's a sentence which I don't understand, but I'm assuming if you're a Housewife fan, you'll know what this means, everyone. So get ready. She defo has put a couple of players in her freezer next to Janet Roach and the frozen peas.
Okay.
Now, to me, a gay who doesn't watch Housewives, don't know what you're on about. Don't know what the frozen peas is. Don't know what the freezer is.
You're not
don't know
an Australian gay.
No, I don't know who. Who is it? Janet Roach. Who's Janet Roach?
Janet Roach.
I'm assuming
she's such an Australian name. Janet Roach.
She's another. Sounds like a storyline from Wentworth, actually. Gamble put in the freezer.
Cup of tea. Put your hands on the weights.
But so there you go. So maybe we'll look up some of Gamble's music videos.
And likewise, if there's any gay Australians who would like to fill us in the gaps, then please help us.
Fill us in.
If there's any gay Australians you'd like to fill us in.
Talking about you, Henry. No. So yeah, breakfast Henry. Then we lost Gamble. Very sad. Everyone was told
burnt to death on a boat.
Live on Australian television.
It was streamed live on Australian television. It was taken down after 10 minutes.
Dicko sat behind an Australian Idol desk and watched.
Yes, and laughed.
The traitors were really busy at that night time actually because they had to kill Gamble and then they had to do loads of other things. So they were all told in a letter to dress up for a funeral.
Yep.
They went to this church, which can I just say, 80% of the people in that church, the contestants looked like they were ready to just leave the show. They were bored by this man wailing on about
a lot
God
of
knows
them,
what.
A lot of them I don't believe are very religious. It could arguably also that might not be their religion. We don't know what denomination that church was. I mean, I feel
Traitor religion.
I feel like obviously all religions are open. I'm if that's your bag, then go for it. But I don't necessarily want to be part of it.
No.
And that's how Dicko felt.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of them felt. Like they didn't really want to be in that church for very long. But then when they got pulled out of the church by the 5 traitors who had been invited to play the mission on their behalf, Then they got grumpy because they were being picked one by one of what one of the 7 deadly. Well, what I say the 7 deadly sins. Yeah. I can't remember in having watched the film Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, there ever being a death which involved flirting. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, lustful.
Oh, do you think lust? That's what they meant, lust. So flirty was lust.
A lot of it was a bit odd because one of them was like...
there was no heads in boxes, let's just say that much.
Some of them were the wrong tenses because it was like, instead of anger, it was angry. But then the other one was like... Do you know what I mean? They weren't correct, the wording.
They reused... So, lazy is sloth, isn't it? Slothiness. Yeah. Slothiness. Sloth. But I get what they were doing. Again, it's a way of winding up the contestants because the contestants get upset because they're being typecast as one thing or another.
But it was lots of stuff for everyone to remember because the traitors picked the people who were on the pedestals. They picked... then Gamble had picked 3 people she wanted to give a shield to.
So those 3 people were meant to be in the church at the end.
Yeah, the leftovers.
Whatever ones were in the church at the end got the shield and were picked by Gamble, got the shield. But if they weren't a match, then they don't get a shield.
And then the traitors also then had to pick the people who were picking the people who the traitors picked.
They picked a pipe of peppers from a field.
Yeah, so they put one traitor in there. They didn't do the thing of let's not put a traitor in because we'll be suspicious forever. Alvin was the chosen one who was going to go in there and hopefully help them win some money by picking the right people that the traitors picked behind the thing, picking people who you think the traitors would pick, and it's just...
Well, Alvin wasn't much help though, was he? So
Clearly.
Alvin exposed himself, which then led to Luke later at the round table calling out Alvin, saying that he's been very vocal recently, and that normally he's very quiet at the round table, but then he starts to block vote with everyone else.
Or sidebar as well. This was also at the exact same moment where Alvin was talking to Kirby in secret, where they were like, we're the ones who could be trustworthy. Yes. Let's go after Alex. Alvin was like, well, I think I've actually really hidden under the radar.
Yes.
I'm on a tightrope. I'm doing brilliant. 2 seconds later, Luke then pipes up and says...
Well, Luke blindsided Alvin at the round table. But this was all based on what Luke had said at the game.
Yes.
Because Luke was kind of like, well, why is Alvin being so confident in the game? He's being so vocal of who we should have at each pedestal. But then it happens that all 7 of them were wrong.
Yeah.
So what was Alvin actually doing? What was Alvin's actual plan? But to be fair, Alvin did start by saying, I've forgotten who we said for each one.
Yeah, but I did think that when Luke started suspecting Alvin for talking and being a bit confident in this game, it's like that I was like, yeah, I'm on board with what you're saying. But then when Gretel was like, oh, you've won nothing, all of them incorrect, it's like, well, that kind of gets rid of Luke's theory on Alvin being a traitor.
She was like Willy Wonka, wasn't she? She was like, you get nothing.
I know. They really done not doing well on these missions.
They're really doing badly on the missions. I mean,
Cam's laughing.
Cam's happy.
They've lost an easy 20k. No, but he would have brought 20k into the pot. But Henry said no, and then he get banished.
I think Cam should have got that 20k for himself. Justice for Cam.
Would have been the New Zealand way, wouldn't it?
It would have been the right way. But by the way, thanks for everyone from the cast of New Zealand Traitors who all got in touch with us and said, if this had been New Zealand Traitors, we would have taken Cam. It's like, would you? Yes, fair. So there's a bit of rivalry between the Australians and the New Zealanders of whether
it's understandable.
Yeah, their loyalty stands. But yeah.
So when it came to the end, then they swapped Kira out on the pedestal, and they were like, no, Gamble would have given her a shield.
The only one they swapped out.
Yes, not Chrissy, fellow housewife, which, let's work this out here. So Kira's the only one that got a shield. Reese was there. Does anyone want to say a final word about Gamble? Jumped straight up there. Reese did.
Yes.
Oh, screen time.
Hello, I'm main character energy.
I know. We've recently watched the Deal or No Deal Traitors special.
We have.
In Australia.
More details to follow.
And during that episode, Reese, very much wanting to talk.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? So we've learned from watching the Deal or No Deal celebrity special Australia.
We've got him down.
We now know Reese better because we've watched the first series of Drag Race Down Under. Yeah. But
it's so low budget we didn't watch it again.
I just like the bits when RuPaul just turned up on the TV screen. That was
he doesn't host it anymore, does he? RuPaul?
He didn't host it then.
He did. He did the Australian one.
He didn't host it though. He was never there.
He was. That was a rumor.
Why got Claudia Winkleman in my brain? Michelle Visage.
He did host it. Yeah, Michelle Visage now hosts it. But yeah, Reese likes, let's just say he likes the camera, he likes the attention.
He likes the attention, fair
which is why
dues.
he's bored all the time on this show, because he's not really,
Yes.
he's not a centre of attention. So he clearly wants to kind of go. Even at the round table, he was a bit like, because he was being suspected as a traitor, he was like, vote me off, please. I get to do my speech, I get the camera on me, and then I can go home.
Well, this was another one of Luke's shots that he was firing. Reese was another one because he said he was smart and he was hiding in plain sight. But yeah, no, Reese did the speech at the funeral. Dicko
Not my favourite
swapped.
faithful, by the way.
What, Reese?
Yeah, that's something I'm not, don't know, don't vibe
Because he's
with
not
him.
done anything. Reese, no offense to Reese, but he's a bit
Forgettable.
he's a bit forgettable in the
That'll
sense
kill him.
that he's not
hearing that
playing
word.
the game. Yeah, if you want to murder Reese, you just call him forgettable. He's not really. We said ourselves in the last couple of episodes, he looks bored. Then his attention suddenly peaked or spiked when he was put into the death row part, because he knew then the attention cameras on him. He got a little bit of attention at the funeral, but yeah, no, it's like Reese. And say what you will about Dicko, for argument's sake, we've moaned about the fact that he's a bad traitor, a bad faithful, which he was, but at least he was trying something, and it was a bit exciting, and it was a bit new, and actually
a numbers game.
As much as I complained that it's not in the spirit of the traitors, which I still stand by, I admire that he tries something new. And Reese is kind of bumbling along. Now, whether this is a game plan for Reese, because it has been said on tonight's episode by Alvin that Luke's accusation toward him is dangerous because Luke is very liked by the group. So Luke's influence is high. Maybe Reese feels the same way. If he's kind of like very likable and very bubbly and, kind of like doesn't get in anyone's way and upset too many people, maybe his influence would ride him to the final. Yeah. So maybe we're underestimating Reese.
Maybe.
Or maybe he is just a little bit me.
I mean,
but we don't know.
Dicko was a numbers game man, and he was that to the end. Like you said, his vote in the end was either save myself or not. So he went for Reese, thinking that's the most statistically, that's the most likely way that I get to survive myself. So I'm going to get rid of Reese.
And
so,
he was kind of right,
numbers man.
Because it was between him, Rachel, and Reese at the end. It was a 3-way tie. Alex had the deciding vote. We knew, really, didn't we, that she was going to go for Dicko?
Yes,
but
I mean, Alex has done really well with her exposing Dicko the night before, because now she's Miss Faithful. People were going up to her, applauding her and saying, well, you've really proven yourself as a faithful. The only one who I can trust now. And so Alex is doing really well as a traitor.
But has she made the faithful mistake of allowing
Kirby.
someone... Yes. Both. No, actually not Kirby in this instance. So Kirby and Alvin had talked about her behind her back.
Yeah.
Said that they were going to consider watching her and see what she goes for to do. Then AJ in the car back from the game mentioned in a car full of people, Alvin being one of them, that he thought that Alex was a traitor. That's really poor for AJ's game, actually, because AJ's what seemed to be his whole ethos, his whole game plan for this was that he was deliberately keeping Alex as an ally, knowing she's a traitor, but keeping that secret to himself. Yes. Why did he tell a car full of people his secret?
A full car as well. Was it a little car? Every seat was taken. And it so happens to be that there was a traitor in that seat. And that could quickly get back to Alex, even if it was all faithful. They could say, AJ said your name.
And it did get to Alex.
It did. In the conclave.
At the cardboard conclave. Alvin, so Alex is feeling a bit smug. She's kind of like going, ha, 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 ha. Everyone's saying your name, Kirby. People are now saying your name, Alvin. Alvin then was like straight away, without blinking, was like, oh, by the way, Alex, AJ in the car said your name.
Your best friend? The one person you trust, by the way.
Alex then got very upset.
Went pale.
Kirby kind of was about to kind of say, ha ha, told you so, Alex. Alex interrupted Kirby before she had the chance to say that and was like, I trusted him and he was my ally and now I don't trust him anymore. So then Kirby thought, here's an opportunity to get in your veins. Yeah. So Kirby then went, hey, Alex, why don't we play with AJ in the next breakfast table?
I can help you because I'm also a survivor.
Yes.
Yeah. We had a comment from someone saying that they watched AJ and apparently out of the survivors that are left, AJ was the most ruthless on his series and they're surprised that this hasn't come up. So, AJ's, I think he's more of a snake than we thought.
He is being ruthless, to be fair to AJ. It's just that, unfortunately, for some weird reason, if he had just kept his cards close to his chest and didn't tell anyone his suspicions of Alex, Alex would have let him sail through to that final without a trouble. And then Alex does the kill and tries to get everyone he then, traitors out, essentially, so he wins the game with the other faithful. But he told other people in the car.
It was obviously one of those
early.
moments where he just got excited and he couldn't keep it in, and he had to just say it because he thought, "Oh, yeah." I think he will go to regret that. Can we also quickly discuss Kira?
Yes, we can. Poor
Kira.
She breaks my heart.
She's an enigma because she starts.
In a mystery.
It's really odd because she starts an argument or she says something quite rudely / aggressively / mean, and then someone will say something back to her, and then she'll then act like this has come from nowhere. So she's like, why are you replying to me? It's like, well, you just said something to me. And she's like, I'm going. Yeah. She leaves. And then she'll go back into the situation and start it again. And then Claudia clanks.
So you're specific with the way she attacked. Then you're going to talk about the Claudia
people, but it's just really weird the way that she starts something, but she can't take it back. She doesn't like it being back to her, and it's really odd the way. But then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, she'll be like, "Oh, hi," and she'll hug them and pretend nothing happened, and they'll be like, "Why are you being nice to me?" She's very on. I've said this. I think it was episode 1 where I said when she went after Rachel and Rachel got upset, and she was like, "Why are you upset? Nothing's happened." She's very. I'm filming. I'm in character. I'm off character. Why are you taking what I said personally? But she's. I would find. I mean, she's great to watch on TV, but if I was in that house, I was in this game, I would find it really difficult to play this game with her. I would not know where to go, what to do, how to think.
Do you think she's got a bit more confidence because she has a shield? So she knows she can push them a little bit further than she would normally. But she did go for Claudia. But the problem was with the group of 3, Claudia, Luke, AJ, Josh and Alvin, who were all making the picks at the church. Her problem with them was that she felt like they were deliberately taking her out the church because they knew that she would get a shield. So one of them, or all of them, to be fair, I think Kira might believe all of them would be a traitor. So she believed that they were deliberately trying to stop her having a shield because then they would murder her. I mean, what kind of sense of superiority would you have that you believe that the traitors are that desperate to murder you? Because they all... I know. Because, it's quite common conversation around the group that they're all saying that Kira's literally hanging herself. So she's going to be banished eventually by the people on the round table. She's a bit what Dicko could have been, and that is the fact that they know she's not a good faithful. They know she's not a traitor. They're just keeping her in because she's just an easy one to get rid of at the end.
And the funny thing is, Alex, who actually is a traitor, originally they were the two from the same series of Bachelor Nation where they were meant to be enemies, and they've not interacted or argued at all.
They did at the beginning. Kira and Alex had the blip. Then Kira moved on to Rachel. Now Kira's moved on to Claudia.
Yeah.
So she's knocking them off one by one.
The one that actually is a traitor is Alex, is the one who she's meant to have this history with, which doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
But she doesn't think she's a traitor. She thinks Rachel's a traitor. And I don't think she thinks Claudia's a traitor. But that's why she was quick to apologise to Claudia. But she's not being as quick to apologise to Rachel.
The traitors just need to keep Kira in because Kira is making...
and that's what they're doing.
She's doing so much that it's just causing this. She's the chaos causer.
But Kira thinks that her chaos is actually directing the accusations in the right direction.
I know.
So she believes she's in danger of being murdered, but she's genuinely not. The
she
traitors
won't
are happy
admit she was wrong. Even when Rachel stands up and says, "I'm a faithful," she'll still somehow twist it to be someone else's fault.
Well, she should have said that. She should have told me that earlier.
I knew it.
Yeah, I knew it. Well, she did scream at because everyone told her to shut up. She just said, "Not another faithful."
Well, she interrupted Tully, and Tully then said, "Oh, just go on then, Kira." And then Kira was like, I'm not saying. What do you mean? I'm not saying anything."
With the irony of
you
that,
just said something and interrupted me. She's so frustrating.
The irony of that is that the fact that Tully was basically bringing up the point that the game, basically people aren't. I think it was Dicko said, "We're not talking about who could be traitors at the outside the round table. We're talking about who's done what in the game every time. So we're not actually having the right conversations." And Tully agreed with that and was kind of like elaborating the point. And then Kira interrupted her saying, "I always talk about the round table." And it's like, actually, Kira, you're one of the ones who never bloody talks about the round table. So what the hell are you talking about, you dozy
Just impossible. Like I say, great to watch in an hour episode, but being actually in the game physically with her, I don't think I'd, Claudia snapped. I would have snapped when I was washing up. I would have broken plates.
She did put that in that porcelain sink quite aggressively.
She did. And Kira had to question her why she was doing it.
One of the production was like, Claudia, that's coming out of your pay. That china plate is coming out of your pay.
So did you want to learn a bit about the people we've lost?
Yes, go on then.
I mean, we have got the round table to talk about, I think
we've talked about the round table.
It was down to 3, and it was the Chrissy brought on the Dicko downfall.
Well, Chrissy kind of blindsided Dicko a little bit. And Dicko said to her, it's like, if I go tonight, because Dicko thought he was getting murdered. Again, I don't know why he thought that, because he's nowhere near the chopping block. But he said, if I go tonight, then you're going to be the new queen. You're going to be the matriarch of the LSD group. Yeah. And she was like, oh, great, thanks.
Chrissy can rebrand it, rename it.
Did you notice, actually, talking about the round table, if we quickly mention the round table, when Chrissy brought up some of the names of the people, because they kind of knew, it was meant to be a secret group. It was never a secret group because too many people were part of it, apart from Chrissy, who didn't seem to know about it. When she started bringing up names, they were very quick to distance themselves, saying, no, I've got my own thoughts. I've got my own ideas now. And that was Luke and Rob both quickly distanced themselves.
Because she quickly said, you're voting AJ, aren't you? Everyone. And that took AJ by surprise. So, yeah, good for Chrissy.
And bless Rachel, because even though, again, the finger of accusation went toward her, she literally just let out a sigh and said, you know what? I'm not even going to bother anymore. And she somehow squeaked by. I thought that was her time. I thought, whenever someone doesn't defend themselves, the rest of the group are like, well, it's indefensible, so let's just get rid of them.
I mean, there was an interesting roundtable because Reese has now got things on him. Alvin, there's new names on the table. Most of them incorrect, but here we are. So did you want to learn a bit about the 2 we lost then?
Always.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Gamble. This is from womensweekly.com, everyone. This is not my writing. So we're learning about Gamble. Gamble is a musician turned Melbourne housewife.
I want to see her music. We have to find her music. Gamble, again, if you would like to sing, oh my goodness, Gamble, if you want to sing us the CBeebies Mutia singing Breathe, then please get in touch.
Do it with Cosima.
Cosima has refused to do it. So
she hasn't officially refused. Her song, Baron Joey Road, debuted at number 1 on the Australian Top 20 back in 2021. That's a recent hit.
It's very recent. I'm
number 1
What's
hit.
It called?
Baron Joey Road.
You can talk about it's I'm looking it up. You talk about Dicko and I'll look up Baron Joey Road.
Ian Dicko Dixon. Dicko, an English expat, became a well-known face on television after joining a talent show as a talent show judge on Australian Idol in 2003. Did you know, I looked on his Wikipedia, Simon Cowell convinced him to take that. Dicko didn't want to do it because he didn't want to be the nasty judge, and Simon Cowell said, do it. Go to Australia and become the mean judge.
I feel like Dicko relishes the role now.
Oh, exactly. But he has also featured on My Restaurant Rules, Celebrity Survivor. Well, why was he not branded as one of the survivors, the gamers, eh? That's why he's a numbers man.
Now you've mentioned that, when Kirby walked in and the breakfast table at the beginning, and she asked like the small group that were there, do any of you suspect me?
Oh, yeah.
And was it
Lawson?
Lawson looked up and said, oh, it must be one of the survivors, but not AJ. So Kirby was like, so me.
All the rest are dead.
Yeah.
He must have meant Dicko. He's also done Dancing with the Stars.
Good.
Very busy man. And Celebrity Apprentice. He's done it all.
He's done all of them. We'll be covering the UK version of Celebrity Apprentice very soon.
You know what?
So follow us for that.
We know what show he needs to do next then. The Amazing Race Australia Celebrity Edition.
Which we would love to cover if...
we will be covering it. I don't care what people say.
Do you want the explicit version or the non-explicit version?
Is this Gamble's song?
This is Gamble's song.
Just whatever plays first.
Okay, well, I'll do the non-explicit version. Sounds like a TikTok song.
I feel like Kate King right now.
Yes.
I'm surprised by the tone.
That's all you're getting.
What's your opinions? I'm
That
surprised
surprises
by the
me.
tone.
It's got a lovely voice, old Gamble.
Mm.
I'm taking you to Hollywood.
It's a yes from me.
It's a yes from me, Gamble.
Lovely.
You're in
So,
the top 10.
There you go.
Yeah, no, Gamble. I need her version of Mutia's "Breathe" from CBeebies, please. So,
She's got the husky tones, so that's what we need.
didn't sound like a TikTok song though, don't you think? Can you imagine like
Got to number one.
someone like doing a soft fade and like so those edits, like the what's that thing when you can edit your videos called CapCut?
Fan cam.
Someone using a special
Fan cam. Carry on.
CapCut, using a CapCut template, and there's basically just loads of pictures flicking by, and it's like me when I was in 2010.
Do you want someone to make a fan cam of you for TikTok with that as the background noise?
Yes, I do. Or both
With
of
Gamble's
us.
music video.
Fan cam of both of us.
Yeah, we can do it.
There's pictures of my feet online, by the way, so feel free to use them.
That's not needed in a fan cam. Right, so Conclave then.
Yes.
The decisions were made. The traitors have decided to have each other's back, tell each other everything now that AJ has been exposed and Kirby sees the power returning to her. They had some decisions to make. One very good decision, I feel, as a possible murder was Rob, because Dicko's gone. Who is Rob without Dicko? We don't know. Do we want to know? I don't know if he's going to be able to cope without Dicko around.
Can't have rain without the clouds. You
Yeah.
can't have Dicko without the Rob. So
That's what
yeah,
I
I feel like
feel.
Rob's kind of like a wandering sheep now. He's going to be going from person to person. He's gone back to where he was at the beginning.
And I don't know if people will trust him because he put so much of his faith behind Dicko this whole time that everyone else had moved on and he hadn't. So that's a good option. And then the other options were the twins.
One of the
Josh and
twins.
Luke.
I wonder if
One of
that's-
them was naked in the hotel room. Don't know why. One of them wasn't.
Josh was naked.
He was.
Luke was contemplative.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really say it in the conclave, but I do feel like they're doing it to break them up a little bit. Plus, they never really said it at the conclave, but what was Luke said, Luke was very vocal at the round table. And he said this in the car as well. He said that if he was I was about to say virgin. If he was a virgin, he would kill his brother. If he was a traitor, he would have got rid of his brother by now because it would have been a bluff.
Yes. He was
So
he was
I wonder
doing
if
the
there's-
let me think as a traitor, what would I do? And that's why the suspicion of Reese came up because they thought that's why Reese killed Queen because he's a traitor. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea maybe to break up the brothers because it is that random sort of you have an alliance no matter what. It is an advantage. But it depends if Alvin wants to try to explain that. Does he want to say the traitors killed Luke to frame me? It's that sort of game, isn't it?
I don't think they should kill Luke. It's too obvious.
No, I think Rob is the easy one. With Dicko gone.
I feel like now now Dicko's gone. Rob's kind of, like I said, a wandering sheep. He doesn't really have much purpose. That's no disrespect to Rob, but
No,
Rob
but
had
like
a
in the
moment
game.
when he could have. In episode 2, when Dicko, or 3, sorry, when Dicko said, like, I'll let you play your own game, I'll let you do what you want, you do what you like. And when he was given free reign, permission, if you like, by Dicko to do it, Rob then didn't do it. He then quickly stepped back in line to Dicko. So Rob clearly doesn't have the confidence maybe to kind of go out there and do his own thing. So I mean, that could be a reason to keep him. But I just, I feel bad for Rob. I believed in him. I started doing, I was doing a Tyra Banks. I was like, I believe in you, Rob.
Yeah.
But he just didn't, give.
I don't think it
wanted.
would really give much ripple effects in the game. I think getting rid of one of the brothers, if they want to carry on the shock and surprise and the getting rid of Rob is just like if you want an easy day as a traitor, just get rid of Rob.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? People won't really question it.
Just
People
want a day
won't really
off.
theorize.
No.
Getting rid of one of the brothers will probably set a lot of things off, and it's depending if, as a traitor, you want to sort of navigate that or not. To have an easy day, kill Rob.
Why not?
That's what I say.
Why not?
That's
Have
my
yourself an ice
prediction.
cream. Find yourself a nice little bench and contemplate day.
But people in the comments can also put their predictions.
Yes.
How can they get in touch?
They can find us by going to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithfulto. As Ben says, comment underneath on our videos on YouTube, Spotify, or you can get in touch with us directly on our Instagram and our TikTok. And please, come on. If you like this podcast, why not subscribe to it? We do this plus other shows. And also you can tell your friends all about us and share clips that we make for this video or clips that you can make yourself, fan cams of this podcast on your own social media. Just make sure you link it to us by finding the links on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithfulto.
Lovely. So until next time, stay faithful. Goodbye.